It's amazing how stores are so ready for the most obscure trends like the Tomato Girl Summer or the Ralph Lauren Christmas, just as they're starting to be talked about online by all of the influencers. It's almost like all of these hot trends are kind of pre-planned. Well, that's because they are. Spoiler alert, brands don't magically predict what influencers will deem trendy. And self-important influencers definitely don't invent trends via the magic spell of their amazing TikTok videos. And they definitely don't discover things before it was cool. Influencers, in fact, don't actually influence trends. They just influence you to buy things that companies have pre-planned to be trendy a year in advance. So here's how it actually works. It starts with companies paying trend forecasting companies like WGSN or Trend Union, basically the consulting Illuminati of online vibes, to dig into people's social media and give companies insight about what trends will be big. They come up with blinding insights like, hey, it's 2025 and the economy is terrible and the world feels bleak, so nostalgia for a better time will definitely be huge this year. And cue 90s Halloween and Ralph Lauren Christmas. The last few years, when the economy was a little less crappy, pink Halloween and pink Candy Cane Lane Christmas was all the rage, because in a good economy, or at least a better economy, maximalist, Instagram-friendly decor always does well. Now that the world is on fire, nostalgia for when it wasn't is all the rage. So when companies get this data, it then helps drive the procurement process, and they order millions of tartan pillows and green stockings from their source distributors overseas. But the thing is, supply chain management and corporate procurement is a complex process that takes a long time. It takes countless hours of logistical coordination. Trust me, I know this. And it is expensive. So with all that being said, companies don't want to risk people not buying the stuff that they've ordered because the internet denizens deemed it unworthy of being trendy. So if you're a big corporation, how do you ensure that your bets will pay off? Well, that's when influencers come into the equation. Influencers are just useful tools for brands to help market their business. Influencers don't actually dictate trends. Instead, they just help push trends baked up a year ago in a corporate boardroom to the masses. And influencers might not even know this is the case, because a lot of the times, it all lies within PR boxes. Influencers get free loot with little notes containing baked-in talking points like cozy vibes or nostalgia or old money aesthetic. And they're just so excited to be part of a list of exclusive PR recipients that they jump online and start posting content that subconsciously features this exact same language. They start posting the content that features the colors, the textures, all the different pieces and bits and bobs that were sent to them in their PR packages, and they start talking about how amazing all of this is because, of course, influencers never want to bite the hand that feeds them. So this content goes online and it starts spreading like a virus. And just like that, a totally spontaneous holiday aesthetic is born, one that magically shows up in stores like a month later. Consumers of social media, many of them just desperate to be an influencer as well, jump on the bandwagon so hard, it's amazing that people don't break legs trying to jump on. And thus, the feedback loop is complete. All that to say is that in a few short years, people are tossing out the all-white Christmas or the bubblegum pink Christmas of last year in favor of a look that is the same look that people would have dunked on a few years ago, because it looks like your grandma's outdated 80s decor. It looks like the set dressing from a 90s after-school special. The consumer economy and what is trending isn't really usually organic. It's a calculated matrix of decisions born and bred in a boardroom between consultants farming your social media data and companies that are trying to meet their quarterly earnings. Influencers are so enamored with being part of an exclusive club that is catered to by brands that they just regurgitate anything that companies subconsciously or even consciously tell them. And consumers are then so eager to be part of a trend that they throw out their pink lollipop or white forest Christmas decor from just a year or so ago in favor of the most current aesthetic that you didn't even know existed a week ago. This trend chasing is exhausting, and it's especially sad when you realize that you're just being manipulated by corporations to consume things that they've pumped into their corporate procurement systems just a few months ago. And the aesthetic that is your absolute obsession this year is really just some boardroom PowerPoint slide from 2 years ago. Eerie, isn't it? If Ralph Lauren happens to be your aesthetic, good on you, I guess. Please don't be cringe like the snobby HOA president bragging about being a second-generation Ralph Lauren Nepo baby, but just try to think if this aesthetic is really your vibe or just a vibe that is popular at the moment. Personally, for me, I'm much more of a blue and gold Christmas person, so that being said, I won't be partaking in Ralph Lauren Christmas trend because I'm not going to burn my money on new decor that is not necessarily my own personal style. And while I may not be the trendiest house on social media, at least I won't be incurring extra debt with aesthetics that don't match my style. That's all I have for today. If you like this type of economic sarcasm, be sure to follow for more.